आगे और बात बजट के बाद तमाम प्रतिक्रियाओं की करते हैं। बजट में सरकार के फैसलों पर हमारे एडिटर इन चीफ निकुंज डालमिया ने वित्त सचिव टीवी सोमनाथन से एक खास बातचीत की। वित्त सचिव ने कैपिटल गेन टैक्स बढ़ाने और फ्यूचर एंड ऑप्शंस पर एसटीटी बढ़ाने को लेकर क्या कहा, आप इस इंटरव्यू में सुनिए।
My question, Finance Secretary, is the fact that government has changed taxes on long term and short term. What was the thought behind it? Was it to mobilize additional revenue, or was it just to create a balancing act between all asset classes?
The primary motivation was to simplify the tax structure, which we were told in the feedback that we got during consultations on the budget was exceedingly complicated. There was one rate for listed equity, different rate for listed REITs, different holding period for some things, different holding periods for other things, and there was a widespread request for simplification. So the primary aim here is simplification, and you can see that that has happened in terms of reducing the number of rates, reducing the differences in classification between one kind of asset and another, whether it's 1 year to 2 years to 3 years in some cases. So its simplification is one of, in fact, the primary objective. But increasing revenue collections is also an objective, and particularly in the case of the listed equity space, it is an attempt to do a rationalization but do it without revenue loss. So there's a slight increase in the case of listed equities for long term and a substantial increase for short term. For other asset classes such as property, gold, in our opinion, for the majority of taxpayers, this is slightly beneficial, and in aggregate, it is tax neutral. So we do not expect any additional collections of taxation from property, gold, or from those classes of assets. Between listed and unlisted securities, it actually equalizes the rate. It retains a difference of 1 year for listed and 2 years for unlisted. So it's both a simplification and a modest increase in taxation in certain categories.
Finance Secretary, the government has always had a stated objective that they want to increase financialization of assets. Savings should move into more productive assets. Is that stated intent still on, or you think equities as an asset class now are at comfortable levels and you do not want the penetration to increase?
No. There is no change in our stand in terms of not wanting as money to flow into equities. But equities are not the only financial class of assets. There are listed equities, there are alternative investment funds, there are fixed deposits, there are insurance policies. There are many forms of financial investment, and there needs to be a balance between the different kinds of financial investment. So our objective is that there must be moderate taxation with simplicity and with minimum complications and minimum chances for evasion and tax arbitrage. So this is the wide objective.
तो ये खास बातचीत आपने देखी, और लगातार बजट के बाद ऐसे ही हम दिग्गज प्रतिक्रियाएं आपके सामने लेकर आ रहे हैं ताकि आप समझ पाएं कि पॉलिसी मेकर्स के जो डिसीजन हैं उनके पीछे की मंशा क्या है और उसका किस तरह का असर पड़ने वाला है।